and you can go through. I bet you can go to the the deli and tell the guy that this is going to be the best. You're going to give me the best piece of meat here, for the same whatever, right?
I don't say that at the deli.
Okay.
In my single days, I used to say that at the strip club. I did. But
You're coming home with me, so and so and so forth.
that is how I met my wife.
At the strip club.
No, but
Okay.
Lord knows she could have if she wanted to. No, I met my wife. I was doing a seminar in Boston, and there were 1,000 people there. And I walked up the center aisle, and on the fourth row back on the center aisle was this gorgeous woman, young woman. And I walked on stage. And as a salesperson, you know this, you've got to qualify your prospects. So the first thing I did when I got on stage is I said, who here is single and would love to create an awesome, passionate relationship? And while I'm asking, I pointed at myself. And I look at the audience, and some of them have their hands up. She doesn't. She's just looking at me and smiles. I said, who here is in a relationship and wants more passion in that relationship? People put their hands up. She doesn't. She looks away. When you attend Turning Point, my foundational course, one of the skill sets I teach, yes, I did just now. When you attend Turning Point, one of the foundational skill sets I teach is something called cold reading. And cold reading is the ability to put your attention on somebody else, just like I just did, and read their body language. So when I said, when you attend Turning Point, and you grinned, oh my God, he's hypnotizing me. Not yet, your check hasn't cleared. And so when she didn't put her hand up and then she looked away, I knew she was in a relationship that she didn't want more passion in. And so I said, game on, baby. And so I walked into the audience, and without her knowing it, and without the other 1,000 people in the room knowing it, I hypnotized her to come up to me on the break and ask me out on a date.
Yeah, cool. Now, there's a couple things you did here, right? So one thing that magicians, performers know is, right, where the magician's hand is, there's probably something happening somewhere else.
That's
right?
called misdirection.
And
those are lonely magicians that do that, by the way.
But then you're doing something like this where you're pointing, right?
I'm anchoring to myself.
So what are some of these things that you're doing, and you're just doing kind of nonchalantly, that maybe you don't even realize you're doing to this day, that are just
Do you mean
inherent?
me or somebody else?
You, yeah. What are some of the things, like, there's, like, you just did this. Why did you point at yourself to who wants a passionate relationship? Why did you point at yourself? What's that doing, and how's it affecting the subconscious mind?
So I took resistance to you saying, maybe you don't even know what you're doing. That was the reason I questioned that.
Okay.
So I know every gesture. I know exactly what I'm doing on every gesture. I know what I'm doing on the color of clothing that I wear, on how I present anything. And when I teach people, and you're good at this, I mean, you're a master marketer, so you understand human psychology and mind triggers and the things that cause people to respond. Yes, I'm schmoozing you right now. I am. So again, I'm not going to pretend.
It's cool though how you are talking about what you do, which gives you the ability to lean into it, right? When I'm having a reaction to something you're doing, you can lean into it and address it. It's like, these are the things that, when you come to my program, and when you show up, and when you ascend to the next level program, because you're going to want to keep buying, right? Because you're a buyer, obviously, right? You're someone that likes to invest in yourself.
And if you're not a buyer, get out of here.
Right.
There's no point in us being together.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yes, so I don't do anything covertly. I use hypnotic techniques to sell people. I hypnotized my wife to ask me out on a date, and 17 years later, 3 kids later, we're still together. And so yes, I know exactly what I'm doing, and it's not a matter of a technique. It's a matter of becoming someone new. So if I know that, I'll give you an example.